Okay, so as you all know, we always come to Orlando for Christmas time at Disney World, so we're here today. It's a little colder than it usually is, and for some reason they've labeled all the signs backwards from the way they usually have. And I don't know what Bienvenue is, but this is somehow Disneyland, or Park Disneyland. I was kind of hoping it was Disney World Park. But wait, we're not in Orlando. We're at Paris, in Disneyland Paris. We're so excited. So, this is something new and different. We're here, nobody speaks the right language, but it's definitely Disney, and we're gonna have a great day. So this is the entrance to Disneyland. We're gonna make tracks here because we got a busy day ahead, but good vlogging opportunities, so there we go. Alrighty, so it's a drizzly 23rd of December here at Disneyland Paris. But just like all the Disney parks, it's wonderfully decorated. And they're playing Silent Night in the background. And it feels like Christmas. And as we come in here into the center courtyard, now it really feels like Christmas and really looks like Disney. So we're gonna go take a walk around, grab some fast passes, ride some rides, and enjoy the day. We'll be back with you in a bit. Yeah guys, so here in Disneyland Paris, underneath the castle, they have a sleeping dragon. Occasionally wakes up. Yeah, so as we're headed over to the studios, I figure we walk down Main Street and take a look at how wonderfully decorated Disneyland Paris is for the Christmas holiday. There's a lot of people here just getting here for the day right now. We actually, I'll tell you about it later, but we had an interesting trip over from downtown Paris. And apparently the main street for Disneyland Paris took a lot of its inspiration from Main Street in Disney World. It looks very similar. Ice cream on the corner, confectionery on the other corner coming in, and Casey's on this corner. So looks very similar. Also similarly beautifully decorated. Alright, so I think we're gonna cruise to the confectionery just to see what's in there, and then we're gonna head over to the studios, so we'll see it from over there. Yeah guys, so we're on our way into Disney Studios, And very sadly, they still have, well, not sadly for them, but sadly for us, they still have an Eiffel Tower marking their studios. And of course, we lost our Eiffel Tower with the construction of Star Wars Land, along with the Streets of America that we lost, along with the Osborne Spectacle of Lights. But it was all worth it, because Star Wars Land really rocks, and everybody's so excited to have it. Well, or not. So, unfortunately, that change can't be undone now, and we just have to live with the fact that we can't have nice things. So, we are going to go in the studios here and see what we can do, and we'll be back with you inside. So we're in the studios, and there's Mickey as the sorcerer from Sorcerer's Apprentice. Of course, over here they're also decorated for Christmas, which is very cool. There's the backlot tour, which we also lost in our revamp, so we're going to try and do that today as well. Should be a good day here for a good continuation of the day. We're from Disney Studios in Disneyland Paris. So guys, this is the back of Disney Studios, and here we have Walt and Mickey. Walt showing Mickey his creation, and the sorcerer's hat, and the sorcerer's apprentice in the animation foyer. But we are going to go try and either get a fast pass or do single rider for the Ratatouille ride, since we do not have that yet. It's coming to Epcot, but we don't have it just yet. So that's next on the agenda. We're going to go see if we can take care of that and tell you about how it was afterwards. Yeah guys, so we just rode the Remy ride, which was very cool. One of the things they have here, however, at Disney's Studios in Paris is their own Christmas markets. And I think they had these on their way in too, so we'll check these out as the day goes on. But it's kind of cool that they have their own Christmas markets inside Disney. Yeah, guys. So like I said, they still have the tram tour at Disney Studios Paris. This is Cruella de Vil's limousine, and we are about to get on the tram here. Probably not this one, probably the next one, but we're really looking forward to it. I missed the tram ride from Hollywood Studios, so get a chance to relive some of my favorite moments. Yeah guys, on the way in I missed it, but they have the at the front of Disneyland here, they have a dedication plaque with Disney legends, and Mickey sorcerer Mickey hat and coming out of the thing there. So that's very cool. I wanted to stop and see that. So I don't know if you can make out the names, but the Disney plaque of Disney legends circa 2002 for Disneyland year. Yeah guys, we're about to head on out of here over to Disney Studios, and I can already tell that the GoPro is not going to do the lights justice here, but night has started to fall here in Disneyland Paris, and it's just starting to get to that part of the day where the Christmas lights look very wonderful. So we wanted to vlog it here for a minute or two, but like I said, I can already tell from the screen on the GoPro that the light amplification is not doing it justice. So it's not going to look quite as good as it does to me, but trust me when I tell you it's a very cool picture. So it's looking up towards the castle from Main Street in Disneyland Paris, and it's been a fun day and a great day, and we're so glad we came. We're gonna head on over to Disney Studios and in the downtown Disney area to check out their Christmas markets there and see what else we can do in Disney Studios. So we may catch you from over there. If not, we'll catch you on the outro. Okay guys, so we are in the downtown Disney area, which I guess they call Disney Village here in Disneyland Paris. But the one thing I wanted to point out for you guys is if you're here and you're a coffee fan, they do have a Starbucks coffee in the Disney Village / downtown Disney area of Disneyland Paris. And that's the only one you'll find. I didn't see any in the parks as we were in there today. And of course the advantage is that they have, it's a full service Starbucks, so they have the American sizes that you're used to seeing, like grande venti and whatever. And as you know, I'm certainly not a Starbucks snob. I'm more of a Costa Coffee fan. Whenever we're in Budapest, I love to get Costa Coffee, so I'm not here plugging Starbucks. But if you try and get a coffee in the parks, you get it in a little tiny cup that's about a shot glass full. So you can, if you want, you can wander over here to the Disney Village area and grab a Starbucks. And the nice thing is they actually have it cordoned off as a separate area, so you don't have to re-go through security and the bag check. So you can kind of bop back and forth between the two parks if you have a Park Hopper in Disney Village all day long, and not have to re-go through security and whatever. So the other thing I wanted to tell you about too, while I got you on the line here, is there's actually, it's heavily impacting our trip, but there's actually a heavy round of Paris railway worker strikes going on right now. Apparently the Prime Minister has proposed pension reforms for the French government, and that's gotten everybody all in a huff about that. And one of the big striking groups is the railway workers. So the subways and metro lines have been operating, and the bullet trains, I guess they call them TGV here, bullet trains are Japanese, but the TGV lines, intercity lines here in France, have been operating on a very, very, very limited schedule. And in fact, the train that comes from the RER train that comes from downtown Paris to Disneyland is only operating during rush hour today, so like 6:30 to 9:30, and then 4:30 to 6:30 p.m. So if you took the train in today, you got to be very careful, and that's the metro station right over there. You have to be very careful to plan your time accordingly and not miss the last train, because then you're on the hook to buy a taxi. So we actually found an alternative to that. If you buy your tickets through Disneyland, the Disneyland Paris website, they actually offer a shuttle service from downtown, from Paris City Center to Disneyland. And the catch there is they actually offer it in a few different packages. So you can do what we did, and you can buy your ticket, your shuttle, and everything as all one package, and then print out your ticket. And or you can buy just a separate bus voucher, and they tell you you don't even have to pay. You can just reserve a spot and then pay the guy on the bus. Well, if you book just the shuttle bus voucher, as it turns out, and this is no surprise for those of you familiar with Disney, but as it turns out, what they do is they actually take the people who have bought the package first on the bus, and then if you just bought the voucher, you're kind of left holding the bag as they wait to try and rustle you up another bus. And so that's what happened to us this morning. We had, luckily, not knowing, because they don't tell you this, but we had bought because we knew the railway strikes were going on, so we bought the combined package ticket with the Park Hopper admission and the shuttle bus service. And so they took us right on the shuttle bus, and we got here right at rope drop, and we're in and on our way and having a good time for the day. But as we left, there were, I want to say, like 50 to 75 people standing on the curb that had just bought the bus voucher only, and they were kind of holding the bag. And I don't know, I know our guide was like texting, presumably his boss, probably telling him we need another bus or whatever, but they were kind of left holding the bag a little bit there. Because they really, other than taking a taxi, they really didn't have any other options. So if you guys are going to do the shuttle bus option when you're here at Disneyland Paris, I highly, highly, highly recommend buying the package, because that way they'll take you right on the package with the park admission and the shuttle bus. Just pay for it all straight away. You can wait on the fast pass, you may not need it, and you can buy it at the park if you need to. There's a couple fast pass ticket purchase option locations, because they actually sell the fast pass here in Disneyland Paris, kind of like they do at Universal back in Florida and Hollywood. But if you're looking to take that shuttle, what I would do is I would book the package, which you get the park admission and the shuttle bus, because they'll take you on the bus right away. You'll get there at park open, and they drop you right off. You don't have to pay for parking. You head off to the security lines and you're on your way in. So it was really convenient, particularly in light of the railway strikes. So I wanted to share that with you as we were headed through downtown Disney. So now we're kind of closing out our day here. You can kind of tell the lights have gotten lower and the Christmas lights are brighter. So we're going to do a couple more rides before we have to go meet our shuttle to go back to Paris City Center for the day. And so we'll catch up with you after a bit. Okay guys, so I try not to be a liar, but I lied to you. We ended up coming back to Disneyland Paris from the studios because the ride we wanted to do over at the studios, Crush, was actually down for a while, so the line's gotten very long, and I don't know that we're going to be able to fit it in today. But we came back here, which is really nice because now you can see, now that the sun's gone down a little bit more, the lights are indeed very, very pretty. So we're going to head on in. I think we're going to do either the Haunted Mansion or Pinocchio while we're here. But most importantly, we're going to go ahead and vlog these lights for you as we walk out onto Main Street here. Judging by all the people that are around and by the beating sound I hear in the background, there may be a parade going on right now. So we may have to work around that, but that's okay. In fact, there is a parade, but we're going to see if we can work around it, and if not, I guess we're going to watch the parade. Disney stars on parade. We may just have enough time to get across the street here. Actually, I think we're good because it doesn't look like the parade comes this way, but in the meantime, you'll hear the music in the background, and I'll get a beautiful copyright strike on this video, which I still need to take issue with people about that over. But anyhow, you can see the beautiful decorations on Main Street as the parade goes by. So that being said and done, we're gonna head on up to Pinocchio and see if we can knock that out before the day is over. So we'll be back in a bit. Yeah guys, and as we wait here in line for Pinocchio, another discussion that we just had, I don't want to put an exact number on it for you, but the one thing we did notice that there's a significantly fewer number of cast members here at Disneyland Paris than there are in either World or Disneyland California. It's definitely less than half. The first number that came to my mind was like 10% of the cast members. That may be a little too harsh, but it is definitely less than half. So you know, if you're someone who needs a lot of assistance, you might want to bear that in mind, from the cast as you come on vacation, because you're not going to get it here. You're largely on your own. What made me think of that was as we were walking down Main Street through that parade, there were a bunch of people stopped in the walking aisle taking pictures of the parade and whatever. And in World or Disneyland California, that wouldn't happen. There'd be cast members there ushering you along, saying keep moving, keep moving, keep moving, and there was none of that. I don't recall seeing a single cast member along the parade route, along the sidewalks of the parade route as we walked through. So when I say it's definitely less than half, that's what I'm talking about. And if you told me that it was only 10% of the cast members here that there are in the other parks, that wouldn't surprise me. So just a little something to note if you plan on visiting Disneyland Paris. Yeah guys, so as Silent Night plays in the background. That's gonna do it for our day from Disneyland Paris. Take one more look at the castle. One more look at the decorations. One more look at the Christmas tree. And one more look at the overhanging lights. In my California vlog, I referred to the fact that this may not be our only Disney Christmas. And this is what I was talking about. I knew we were coming here for to Disneyland Paris for Christmas, but you never want to count your chickens before they hatch. But here we are. And it's been a great day. And so as Silent Night takes us out, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. And we'll see you again real soon.